Africa and African Caribbean businesswomen in the UK are on the rise. They are senior executives of their own businesses, always on the move, conducting lucrative business deals. Among the businesses are accounting firms, law firms, entertainment firms, and many others. Let me tell you, although we are having challenges here, but the spirits are so high here at AIL TV. My commitment and AIL TV is actually to showcase our African women. And African ladies are not for turning. Today, I'm going to show you something that is really interesting. Now, I have got a whole lot of ladies here. In fact, this show, it should be basically presented by a woman. But I was asked to host it. I've got, how many ladies do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And sometimes when we have show with men, we only have 3 or 4. Now, I don't want to bore you with words a lot, but I want to say something very simple. Now, before I introduce these 2 ladies, the reason why we are here, I want to show you this. That was TLS Community. You know, sometimes I'm always wandering around with my camera, capturing interesting things. And I have got plenty more. The 2 ladies who are responsible for bringing all these elements together that you have seen, it is not only about selling things and stuff, but they bring the whole community together. They bring in entertainment. They bring in even spoken word. Now, I've spoken so much. Let me introduce to you Letitia and Speciosa. So where should we go? Letitia first?
I always start, so today Speciosa go first.
Good.
Welcome everyone to our first meeting of Women in Business, African Women in Business. We're so honored for you to be here with us, for you to be patient with us, given that it's an hour later. We appreciate you, and thank you for coming and joining us and joining African in London television as well, as Joseph is hosting us today. We, as TLS, our goal, or the main goal, is to promote Africans and the Caribbean businesses. For example, today I'm going to meet a lot of ladies here whom do different businesses, and most of us will not know of those businesses unless we come together and discuss and share. Then we'll know that, okay, if I need this, I can go to Caroline. If I need this, I can go to Jodine. If I need this, I can go to Juliet. And also having that support network around us, it kind of strengthens us. And also it helps us probably to work together and share ideas as well. So thank you for coming. And I hope we can all share, promote, market, and encourage each other. Thank you.
Right. Now, before we go to Letitia, let us have a message from our sponsors. That's what I'm talking about. This show is being sponsored by World Remit. And you know World Remit is the premier for sending money. You don't have to waste time. They don't hang around. Grab the phone, click, and the money is there. They receive it. So Letitia,
Yes.
what are you saying?
Thanks, JJ. Thanks for hosting the show again. My name is Letitia Namirembe, one of the directors for TLS Community. And I'll begin by thanking our sponsors, World Remit. Thank you for the support you've given us to run the show. Thank you, ladies who managed to register and be part of the event today. And thanks, Joseph, for hosting the show. Like Specious has said, TLS is about networking and bringing communities together. So we are more of a networking platform based for Africans and the Caribbeans in diaspora and back abroad. We try to bring service providers and the community together under one roof as much as we can. And today we have a panel of ladies who will be introducing themselves and discussing what they do. So welcome to the show. Thank you.
Very good. Should we start? Let me say this. You know, the last time we had the show, we had a lady from Zambia who is into building, you know, manufacturing of bricks and everything. You see, when we hear about all this, we don't actually hear more of women doing these kind of things. We have got another one tonight. We will come to her later on. We will come to her later on. She's got a very interesting project out there. But let me introduce to you a lady that I have known for quite some time. She writes books. She does all things. And most importantly, she's also concerned about sickle cell. Now, this lady is called Augusta Karoma. She hails all the way from Sierra Leone. But this is not a joke. She has just opened a shop, and you can imagine in this COVID-19 era. But look, you are not going to listen to me. Let us go to Augusta Karoma. But before we go to Augusta Karoma, let me show you what her products are. Yes, Karoma. Tell us more about your venture.
Good evening, everyone. It's lovely to see you all here on this platform. Thank you, Joseph, for giving me this opportunity to be on this platform. You're doing a tremendously good job to bring us all together to make this as a success. My name is Augusta Elizabeth Koroma. I'm the CEO of Sickle Cell Intervention UK and the CEO of C Consultancy Limited. Sickle cell disease is one of my expertise, and also I'm the author of 4 books, which I've written here in the UK years back. I decided to do my brand last year, which is called AG Mollified Woman, Uts Grace Mollified Woman. Uts is actually the month of August, which I'm born at, and it's in French. The grace is the grace of God, because I'm a Christian. It's always with me. Mollify means smooth functioning, because what I stand for is to do everything I do is to do it in a very smooth function way. So to mollify is to run things in a very smooth, easy and step-by-step forward way. I have launched my products, which are fragrances for men and women, and also vegan skincare products, aromatherapy products, hair products, which are sodium chloride free shampoo, protein spray, vegan leave-in conditioner, tearless shampoo for children. Some children are, you know, when they use the shampoo, most of the times they cry a lot and all of that. So I've made my product tearless, so they will not cry when they wash their hair. So my products are mostly vegan products with the shea butter. They are vegan as well, and my shampoos as well. I do aromatherapy products such as vegan massage oil. They are in lavender. They are also in Caribbean breeze. They are also in pomegranate purity. And there's also in lemongrass. These massage oil are all vegan, pure organic, very good to your skin. It's very friendly as well.
So, okay, Karoma, can I intervene just a little bit?
Okay.
I think the viewers have got now the taste of what you have. Now, I think what we need to do, I need just to ask you a question. How did you manage actually to open a shop? You need to answer this question quickly because we have got a lot of people to go through. How did you manage to start a shop in this COVID-19 era?
That's very interesting. You know, it's a very interesting question. I've been longing to open a shop, you know, years back. You know, I wanted to have a shop which has an office for sickle cell intervention and also a shop to get my products. And there was a time I was on the internet just strolling around, and I saw an advert about the shop. And I knew that this is something I really wanted. So I contacted the estate agents straight on, and I came, you know, that was in, was it in June? Yes, it was in June. So it took me like 2 months to open the shop straight off because I was working really hard behind the scene. So I came over, you know, I saw the place and it's really ideal for me to start the shop. And I said, you know what? I'm going to go for this because this is what I wanted. I wanted a shop and I wanted an office space as well. And there you are.
Yeah, where is the shop? Where is the shop situated?
Well, the shop is situated in Gravesend, 11 Manor Road, Gravesend, Kent. It's 250 yards away from the station, so it's not far from the station. Like 2 minutes walk from Gravesend Station.
Fantastic. So we will come back to you later on. And
Okay.
again, let us, we have to keep plugging this thing. That is a message from our sponsors, World Remit. Use it. They don't muck about. By the way, I hear now they are buying out to send waves. So they are growing bigger. Now, okay. You know, when we hear about lawyers and solicitors, yes, we know we see mainly Europeans, you know, ladies in these jobs or in these farms or creating their own farms, but we don't normally hear of Africans who have actually started their own farms and actually who understands the, say for example, immigration problem. You know, I can tell you, it took me 10 years to get my indefinite visa. 10 years, believe me, 10 years, visiting the home office and the stress. This is the lady now I'm going to introduce to you. But before we do that, let us see what we have done over the 5 years.
Hello viewers, welcome to this brand new program where we talk about immigration law in the UK. My name is Primrose. I'm a solicitor specializing in immigration law. Hello again viewers, welcome back to this Immigration Matters program with me, Primrose Makunja. This program is brought to you by AIL TV to keep you viewers in the know on the changes in UK immigration law. Please note that this program does not intend to provide direct legal advice in people's individual cases. If you are affected by any of the changes in immigration law, please do seek advice from a professional.
Now let me introduce you to Primrose Chiguri of IPS Legal. Primrose, you are on.
Hi ladies. Thank you so much, Joseph, for the opportunity to come on board and be able to meet these wonderful ladies who are all doing great stuff. I'm already inspired by just listening to Augusta there. I'm really inspired that during the lockdown, you actually felt inspired to do something, whereas other people would have just sat at home and felt sorry for themselves. So I think that's really inspirational. That's one of the inspirational stories I've heard about what people have been doing this lockdown. Otherwise, most of the story about how people are baking at home and eating a lot. But thank you so much. And I want to thank the organizers as well. I want to thank Letitia, I want to thank Speciosa, I want to thank you for bringing us together as a community. We need to learn from each other. Somebody was telling me about how the Jewish community works, that closely knit, that they support each other in their adventure, whatever they'll be doing. And I think this is something that we need to learn to do in the community, the Black community, learn to just come together and be able to support one another in what we're doing, because I think we can make a greater impact when we come together. Otherwise, if we keep to our corners like we've been doing for years and years and years, it will be really, whatever we are trying to do, it will be like a drop in the ocean and it will not make a difference. But when we come together, we are all here representing different continents. How awesome is that? We come from different countries and we're what we can do when we come together, looking beyond doing our individual bigger picture about the change that we can make as African women doing business. I think it will be immeasurable, the change that we can actually make together. So I want to thank you, Speciosa, because I see the bigger picture. to what you're actually doing. I don't see this as just always supporting each other's business so that we can grow, but I think it goes beyond that. So be encouraged as you continue soldiering on with whatever you are doing, that there is a bigger picture. I think that we can do together as women, African women in business. I tell you, it will be huge. It will be, if we keep on at it and we keep going and we keep on keeping on coming together, inspiring each other, and we just let this go wherever it has to go. I think it can go very far, very, very far. As for me, as Mr. Joseph has said, yes, I came to the UK some years ago, 2003. I am a solicitor by profession. It is something I think that I've always known that I wanted to do as a child. From a very young age, I always tell people this story that from the age of 9, before I was even 10, I knew what I wanted to do. I wanted to stand up for justice. I wanted women especially to get justice. I wanted to fight for women who were underprivileged. And so that has not changed. I still have a passion for justice. I still have a passion for human rights. I still have that passion to make a difference in people's lives. So sometime in 2011, I actually set out with a group of other ladies. We decided to leave mainstream employment and actually set up a firm and start working on our own that way. And the reason why I decided to take that route and not look for a job was because I felt limited. You know, when you feel suffocated in a place, and you feel suffocated, and you feel there's a lot more to you, and you have a lot more to give, and there's so much that you want to accomplish. But when you are employed, you are put in a box. You are so and so. These are your responsibilities. This is what you do, and that's it. And I knew there was so much more to me. I just knew it. I had this conviction that there is a lot more to me than what these people see when they look at me. So instead of looking for a job, we decided to set up a firm, and this is what I've been doing. I've been self-employed since then as a solicitor, and I tell you, I do not regret that decision to become a self-employed lawyer. I do not regret it one bit, because it has been a journey which has also helped me realize things that I didn't know about myself. You know, we've got that creative side to us as human beings, and as women, we've got that creative side to us. And I hadn't had a chance to use that creative side. And as a self-employed woman in business, I've had to use my creative side, and I've been surprised as well by what I've been able to achieve during that process. I've grown as a person, as a professional, and as a person, and I've been able to give back a bit more to my community. Since I became self-employed, I've been working in our communities, giving free advice. We've been doing surgeries. As Mr. Joseph has just shown you, we've tried to reach out to communities and just educate people on their rights, especially when it comes to immigration, because this is one area which affects people in our community so much. And I have had the front row seat of all of this, what I'm talking about, because I've seen how it impacts people on a day-to-day basis. I've seen people being ill-treated in this country. I've seen people being abused in this country. I've seen so much that is heartbreaking, and I've realized that one area of law that actually affects people of color in this country is immigration law. We have a system which very agree with me when I say this. If you do watch the news, you'll probably be aware of some of the nasty stories among the news. We had the Windrush scandal, but for me, that's just a tip of the iceberg, more than just the Windrush scandal. There's been a lot happening.
Okay, Primrose, I just want to jump in. I just want to jump in just so quickly. I know you have got so much to say, but you can direct people to your website, isn't it?
Yes.
What is the website?
Is www.ipslegal.co.uk. But we've got the videos as well, which you have just
okay, good,
shown on this
good.
program.
But just one question. You know, I'm going to ask this question everyone here. You see, with COVID-19, how did you find, how is your business surviving?
I think like everybody else, I had to take personally, well, let me speak for myself. I had to take some time to actually think about what this meant for me as a business person. I had to take some time at home to think about how in this environment. We all have to change. Change is part of life. And I'm still going through that process of actually changing and rebranding and just adjusting to home. I'm working from home, as you can see. This is my home office. So this is where I've been working from home since then. So I'm still doing the same thing. The only thing that has changed is
Are you home?
able to see as I used to before.
Right. Okay. So
Yes,
I know
one
I cut
area
you.
of, yes,
Yeah, quickly.
law is a business whereby I think you always have people who need help. I think that there was a lockdown happening, didn't stop people's legal problems. It didn't. Actually, people were even in more need of lawyers even during the lockdown. So I found that it was just the changing the way I.
Okay, we are having, maybe we will come back, to you when the line actually settles down. But let me remind people of what PLS community is all about. Africa and African Caribbean business women in the UK are on the rise. They are senior executives of their own businesses, always on the move, conducting lucrative business deals. Among the businesses are accounting firms, law firms, entertainment firms, and many others. Okay, so now, okay, we are moving along. I am going to ask, there is a lady here, we are always arguing. You know, when we argue for a purpose. And I'm talking about a lady that I have seen her put on events in the House of Commons. I'm not joking. She's out there, she's a mobilizer. She gets people together. You know, she does a whole lot of things. I don't know how she manages. And I'm talking about Juliet Mukapila. Please unmute yourself and you are on.
Thank you so much, Joseph. And I know you're absolutely right. We are always challenging each other's brain. Thank you for that intro. I'm not just a mobilizer. I wear many hats in the community. I'm a community transformer. My background is on social scientist. I'm a social scientist by background, for many of you who might not know me. I'm also the African Wonder Woman, and I'm an entrepreneur. For those who also know me, I wear the hat of a Musa politician. I've stood as a councillor in the borough of Islington. And my love and passion is within the community. I love to see women and the youth succeed. I advocate for so many things within this government as we speak right now. I'm right at the forefront of bringing the issues of inclusion and diversity at the center stage of this government within the Lib Dems, because that's where I stand. This is not about politics here tonight. It's about women and African women in business. So I'm delighted to be invited by Joseph and Letitia, Joseph from AI TV, and of course, Letitia and Specie Oza, to participate in telling people what my business is all about. I really get those opportunities because I'm always telling people about other businesses and stuff like that. So thank you, Joseph, for that. I have charity. Let me talk about the charity because I'm a giving person. And I love to say that I want to encourage many organizations as you grow to give back to the community. So I look after 81 children and I support them because they are disadvantaged and marginalized. So that's just a bit about my CSR. I also have 75 elderly women that I look after, and I give them support as well. They're disadvantaged. So those are a bit of, about my CSR. I also have youth programs. Many of you will have attended some of my youth programs, both here back in United Kingdom. So you'll have seen me doing beauty pageants a lot. And sometimes I never get a chance to tell the stories about why we do the beauty pageants. In essence, the beauty pageants are to help the groups that we support. Above all, in the business sector, I love selling, I make hats. Have you seen those hats over here? So I never get to really promote them where I'm supposed to, because many of you come to me to tell me what you want. So here today, if you'd like a hat, every hats. I'm a designer, I'm also a model by background. I've also got projects just like Augusto. Our projects are mainly vegan as well, but it's a company that's networking, and that is net.mymonats.com. So it's mainly selling hair products and facials and all that kind of stuff. So thank you so much, Augusto. In terms of why I do it, in terms of why I set up a business, thinking about those two businesses at the moment, we're still on the early stages of, especially the hats and African stuff. I used to be one of the biggest importers and exporters, and many, many years ago, we had shops here in United Kingdom. Many of you will have met me when we had shops. And I know why sometimes the businesses go, imports and exports and stuff like that. Sometimes might need checking, especially for from our in-house. In terms of why I love doing what I do is I love making a difference in our community. And I know that by making a difference in our community, we are all able to strive hard and live well within each other. First of all, I want to just say I'm grateful to be alive myself. When it comes to business, I want to say that the Black African communities and Caribbean communities have great businesses. More support is needed, I will say. That is something I'm suggesting to the government to support Africans and Caribbeans. So I've put that on the strategy policy paper that we've written to the government in terms of the kind of resourcing that we need. You have seen the issues of Black Lives Matter. So looking at it from that perspective, I think that more resourcing is needed because of the issues that we have faced in the past in this country. So that is something that people would probably suggest. There is institutional systemic racism that has impacted the African and Caribbean people. Whether it's globalization problem, I just want to reverse that and say I'll probably disagree. I'll probably say that we're very welcoming people as Africans and Caribbean people. And that is something that I'm pushing right at the agenda of the government. So how have I survived? I think that's a big question. I think we're grateful to be alive, all of us. We have faced challenges just like everyone else. And I believe that many African and Caribbean communities need more support. And that's just my own personal view, because traditionally, the resourcing have missed out the African and Caribbean people. Mainly people talk about BAME, which has included the Asians. So what we find is we have a lot of issues in terms of even people understanding that the percentage that is given into our councils sometimes have left out Africans and Caribbean. And that is why I set up a particular project that I'm calling Black, BLAC. You'll be seeing it shortly. I'll send it to Joseph to say. And that is particularly to identify that every council needs to have what we call social impact assessment, so that when they are giving resourcing, they can also address issues of Africans and Caribbean in every council right down here in the United Kingdom. In terms of COVID-19, we remember every victim and family that has passed away. I think that we need to also remember that Africa, Senegal has come up with some medicine. There is a lot of arguments about that, and it's interesting to see social media.
Okay, I need to hurry up. I need to hear the lady. Sorry, we will come back to you. We will come back to you. I need to hear the lady from travel business. Is that Geraldine? Yeah, but before we get there, the message from our sponsors, though. World Remit, as I said, it is the premier for sending money. Grab the phone, you've got an app on your phone, click, the guys, they receive it instantly. So what else are you looking for? Right, now, travel business. You know, when we hear about travel, the travel industry in this COVID-19 is being really hit very, 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 very severely. So I want to hear from, I think it's Geraldine. Am I getting your name right?
No, Jodine. Is that
okay? So you're gonna introduce yourself. You are on.
okay? Hi everyone, I'm so grateful to be here, and Speciosa, I know her from TLS community, and I went to one of her events, you know, played the drums, and it was amazing. So my name's Jodine. I have a travel business. So my travel business is called Journeys by Jodine, and I have several businesses under that. The one I'm going to talk to you about today is Journeys to Africa. So I connect Africa, or I connect the world to Africa. So I organize flights, tours, car hire, safaris, everything for individuals, corporate travel, business travel. And what makes me different, what sets me above the rest, is that I also have a blog, so I travel too. I also do group travel, so people travel with me. So for example, we're doing a trip to Ghana next year, and during the Pan-African Festival. So we'll go to the Pan-African Festival, we'll go to craft villages, to the Mole National Park, and we'll just explore Africa. And yeah, so that's my business. And the reason I started this business, during COVID, there was so much, you know, Black Lives Matter and people wanting to return to the continent, you know, and and people approached me and they said, can I want to go back to Africa. I really want to go back to Africa, but I don't know where to start. Should I go to Ghana? Should I go to Gambia? Where should I go? Where can I invest? So I decided to set up Journeys to Africa for those people as well. Yeah, so during COVID, it's been a struggle. I also travel to, you know, the UK as well. UK staycations, European holidays. It's not been a problem that wise. And all the borders are now opening for Africa. Ghana is opening on the 29th of August. Kenya is open. The borders are reopening, so I'm getting ready for next year to travel next
All right.
year.
So I'm going to let me just fire a quick question to you. Have you ever taken people to East Africa?
Have I taken people?
Yeah.
No,
Have
not
you
yet,
ever
no.
have you ever taken a group of people to tour in East Africa?
Not yet, no. But we'll be going to Kenya and Tanzania next year.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Because normally,
Also,
yeah, the most people or most Caribbean that I know, they actually know of West Africa because there must be a reason why, because maybe of the link they have between them and the slave trade. I didn't want to bring that in. This is where, but I would also encourage those who are actually into travel business to have a look at East Africa. When I mean East Africa, East Africa actually goes all the way from Somali, it goes all the way down to Zimbabwe. And believe me, when you go to Zimbabwe, you are going to see a whole lot of things that you would think that this never existed. How come that we don't know about this? People talk about Egypt a lot and stuff like that, but I always tell them, look, if you have got a darker skin like mine, forget about Egypt, because Egypt is an area that has been hijacked for a long time. We have got plenty of things to see. But with COVID-19, I'm just going to this again now. How are you surviving? Did you start your business within this COVID-19 era?
no, I started the overall travel business last year. So it's now been a year and a half since I've had my travel business.
Okay.
But the African one, yes, I started it during COVID-19. And it's always been in my heart anyway, but I started it in COVID-19.
Yes. So
yes.
How would people find you? Do you have a website or?
So I have like Facebook, Instagram. So Facebook first, you can find me www.facebook.com Jodine's Journeys.
Yes. So last time on the show, we had a lady from Zambia, and she was into construction. Tonight, we have got another one. She's into safety, road safety, which is really probably the biggest killer in Africa. So, Caroline Mulenga, tell us exactly what is Mokabo road safety. Is that Mokabo? Am I pronouncing it right?
Yes, thank you very much for the organizers, TLS, and thank you very much, JJ, for this platform that you've awarded me. I really appreciate and I thank God for it. God richly bless you. I'm really honored, and I just want to be here this evening, even on behalf of my management, Mokabo Road Safety Management. I've got the board in Zambia and partly here in the UK, and I am in Manchester. I just want to thank you very much for this opportunity to talk about our company, Mokabo Road Safety. Mokabo actually stands for Make Us Knowledgeable and Become Observant. So that's Mokabo. And then we added Observant Drivers and Safe Road Users. Now, how Mokabo obviously started, it was not like from a very exciting, thinking, okay, there's so many people dying. Why are people dying? Okay, yes, I think I'm going to start a road safety. It's actually from a very sad incident that occurred as a family, which made me to feel like I needed to do something about it, rather than just feeling pity and just, making ourselves as a family sorry or just thinking about it. Mokabo Road Safety is how will I put it really? Because it's not like a vision, it's not like a dream, it's not like something that I've been thinking about for a long time, even though, yes, I knew that accents were there and it was hurting me. But this came as a result of a family tragedy that occurred in Zambia. That was in 2013, September on the 17th. So it happened that my father and his siblings were traveling from, if you know Zambia, I think our sister was in traveling and tourism. I would invite you to come to Zambia. You know, if you're coming from Zambia, we have the capital city, Lusaka, and we have other big towns. So they were traveling from Lusaka to Zambia, to Ndola. This journey started off because one of my father's siblings, his young brother, had lost his firstborn son, and they were going to put his remains in another town from the capital city. So on their way is when they encountered this very sad incident that occurred. There were 11 of them in that minibus, and my father, just my father's side, all the Mukavos, there were 7 in total. And from the 7, the 4 were partly my aunties and other people in the car, but then obviously in total there were 11. So it happened that this driver who was driving them, you know, he wanted to overtake, but unfortunately he misjudged the distance, which we know, I don't know, to be honest, some drivers, what they think in their heads. Because of that misjudgment of trying to overtake is when he thought, he knew he was heading on for a head-on collision. But because this is why Mukava Road Safety, we passionately came in and felt like we need to do something about it.
Okay, so yes, I know that is a serious story that you can tell. Road safety everywhere in Africa is a problem.
Yes.
So just tell us exactly, because you know you have just mentioned one incident in Zambia. So do you have any rough figure of the people dying on the street in Zambia because of road safety? Is it because the vehicles are not insured properly? They are not even in good, no brakes, no nothing. These things happen in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, everywhere.
Yeah.
You see? So what is the situation in Zambia?
I don't actually have the figures. I didn't think of maybe getting the figures, but the numbers actually, as it stands now, they've reduced, I would say, at least reasonably, because of some measures that have been put in place. I think from the time that the World Health Organization introduced, you know, the Decade of Action 2020, Zambia really, I myself at that time as a company, we came on board and said we needed to do something. And at that time, that was 2015, the Zambian government introduced a law that had reduced the number of accidents actually, which was very good. Because of the poor lighting, that is one of them. You find that a lot of people want to travel in the night, especially the big buses. We used to have a lot of instances of, you know, buses, you know, carrying so many people, as you can imagine. It's a full bus and maybe overloaded, things like that. There are a lot of things actually that impact. But I did a research into that, and to be honest, the overall of all these accidents, whether everywhere in the world, is because of human error. You know, people, we don't take responsibility of what we are doing. And when I analyzed that and I realized it as actually human error, I thought the only way to tackle this is now to change attitudes. So we went into
but many people might disagree with you when you say human error, because if the vehicle does not have brakes, the vehicle does not have lights, and the driver is not insured or doesn't have a license to drive it, that can't be human error, can it?
That's where that human error comes in, because you are responsible for your own vehicle, and before you drive it, you need to make sure that it's fully serviced. We are told if the tires need to be checked at least once a week, your oil, everything needs to be checked. We have MOTs, which yearly MOTs that the vehicles needs to be, made sure they are roadworthy. So it's you as a driver who's responsible for that. You are carrying people in your car. It's you, the driver, who is responsible to ensure everybody is having seat belts. It's you as a driver who is responsible. So if you have the knowledge to know that you are responsible as a driver, you will be able to take care of your passengers and the vehicle.
Okay, Specioza wants to say something to you.
Yes, please.
No, Caroline, the business, I'm actually thinking about the business model, but before I actually go further with that business model, what exactly have you done to support the road safety within Zambia? Is it Zimbabwe?
Thank you very much. Actually, the company, it all came into full swing in 2015 when it was registered here, and we went to register it and launched it in 2017. And from 2017, when we launched it, we had our first conference where we invited the Minister of Transport. We have a big organization in Zambia called Road Traffic Agency, RATSA, as it is called. And then we've involved the Buses and Taxis Association that look after all these buses transport. We've involved a lot of organizations that are involved in road safety, schools, churches, and then obviously we had 2017 was our first one when we actually launched it and had the first conference, which was well attended. And we had one last year, again, which was this was actually excellent because this time now we are well known in Zambia. And a lot of people who attended the launch and the first conference, when they attended last year's, they were able actually to start saying, because these conferences, that's another question. Maybe you might ask me, how are they funded? I fund them myself, because like you have also all said that, when they look at women or when people look at people, who start, especially in Africa, our mentalities, when you start this organization, they feel like all you want is money. So my model, I told my management, we are not going to solicit for any funds. If fund has to come, we need to lay the foundation ourselves. So that foundation we laid actually like 2019, which I'm talking about last year, because we went to invite again the same minister, the same RATSA, Buses and Transport, and other people who attended the first one. When they attended the second one, they realized we've actually elevated our standard, because I'm one person who likes excellence. I like things to be done, spot on. I don't like messing about. So they were able to see that we have maintained the consistency of what we're doing, even though it's just for 2 consecutive times we've done it. But the standard, how we organized everything, it was just excellent. So from there, people now started voicing out to say, like now we're talking about coronavirus, this COVID period, actually it's impacting on us. I'm even thinking, how are we going to have a conference? We're supposed to be having a conference next year. So I'm really praying and I'm talking with management. Is it possible? What is going to happen? Are we going to have another conference? We don't know. We're still
Africa and African Caribbean business women in the UK are on the rise. They are senior executives of their own businesses, always on the move, conducting lucrative business deals. Among the businesses are accounting firms, law firms, entertainment firms, and many others. I want to introduce to you Molly. Molly has been with TLS community ever since they started. And we have to congratulate you on that, with your lovely smile and everything. So tell us, Share Class.
What would you like me to tell you, sir?
Well, you say you know what you want to tell us.
Okay, so
yes.
I've listened to some wonderful women this evening. I am so inspired by all of you. I have already said my thank you to the host and to the lovely people of TLS. I'd just like to say a bit about Share Class. Share Class is a company born out of personal need. When my children were little, they had eczema, and we sent them to the doctors, and the doctors just couldn't resolve their issues. And God bless my mom of blessed memory. She reminded me of the century-old things that they used to use for babies, which was black African soap, which is very moisturizing, and some natural shea butter. So we mixed those shea butter with some oils, and we started using it for the young ladies, or for the girls at the time. And their body was just glowing, and everybody was asking me, what do you use for these children? And I told them that. So that is the foundation for Share Class. So Share Class is the value that Share Class gives is that we're a solution to somebody's dry skin problem. So we don't want to just sell you a product. We want to have a conversation with you, ask you what is your issue, try and resolve your issue. We actually would encourage you to meet with your doctor, because they can give you what the problem is, and we can find a natural way to solve your problem. So that's what we're about. In the pandemic, what we have been doing at Share Class is to try and target things for people of color. So we're looking at hyperpigmentation. So I've been working on a hyperpigmentation oil. Hopefully we can launch that within the next 6 months. And I've also been looking at some natural skin toners, because as people of color, or people, we sometimes have patches around our faces, and we want to try and have a nice blend of our skin. People tell me I have good skin, and I say they should all invest in Share Class products. And so that's basically where Share Class is. We're a solution to somebody's skincare problems. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, and we're trying to grow the business. And like I said, I'm very grateful to TLS for the opportunity, and for Mr. Joseph for always sending, encouraging us. And yes, power to the Black women and to the Black race. Together we rise together, and I don't see West Africa, I see Africa. We're all Africans. And as an African people in the diaspora, we work together, we build together, and we complement each other. That is what our Share Class is about. It's about educating, empowering, and engaging. So I hope we can all do that for all the people that we meet. Thank you for the opportunity. And yes, Sister Speciosa, I see you have your hands up.
No, given that I've watched you, or we've watched you since you started, what are the challenges that you faced, and how have you overcome those challenges? Because I can see you're growing, you're developing, your product is getting better and better year by year. So could you please share that?
Yeah, so in terms of the challenges, challenges are not only the fear of what you're going to do. Do you have faith? Would others have faith in what you're doing? So how have I overcome the fear? I guess for me, somebody spoke earlier about, or I think it was a solicitor. She said at age 9, she knew what she wanted to do. As a child, I knew that I liked the natural skincare range, that I couldn't articulate it at that. So it was something that been in me, it's kind of in my genetic to be creative. My best science was chemistry. So the challenges was, how do I, all this creativity in my brain, how do I narrow it to something? That's one challenge. Finance is a challenge. Funding things can be challenging. And when you have somebody like me, I have so many ideas going in my head. How do I focus it to a particular place so that it doesn't go widespread, and I can focus my funds to what I have? So funding, premises is a challenge, because at the moment I'm kind of like using some of part of the house. It's not really conducive, because you can imagine trying to run a business in that manner. So there are opportunity for growing. I've been very fortunate. Enterprise Enfield has supported me in terms of my business journey. They haven't been able to fund me, but they've been able to guide me. and it's really good to have that kind of guide. So I would suggest to all the wonderful women who are doing great things to network with their local authority. They all have this, like I said, I live in Enfield, so it's called Enterprise Enfield. Wherever you are, they have it, and they're really out there looking for Black women or women generally to support. So that's some of the way I've overcome some of my challenges. I still have challenges, and some of the challenges I'm facing, I'm wanting Black companies to, because I believe it's not because of Black Lives Matter. I've always believed in that, and I'm sure you know that from. So I'm looking for a Black company that can help me print my labels, because I think our money should stay in our community. That's how all the other communities have built their own. So that's what that is my passion.
World Remit. Can I ask you, do you guys send money with World Remit? Who does?
We do, yes.
Yeah, we do.
I do.
Okay. Yes, Letitia, you've been quiet. You've been quiet, you've been listening. So because I want to finish up with you. There is a lady who has dropped out. I don't know.
Yeah, Pauline.
Pauline, yes. Okay, never mind. So now you have heard all these ladies talk about their journeys and stuff. But by the way, I'm going to come back to you, every one of you. I'm going to give you 1 minute to actually summarize up what you want. How do you want to see yourself in the future? So Letitia,
Yes,
you've been quiet. Tell us what you think.
I'm thinking about all the ideas I've heard from different ladies on this panel today.
Yep.
I had some questions, but because the topics were interesting, I ended up not asking the questions, but I'll just ask one question from all the ladies on the panel. As women in business, because obviously we're here to support one another. What kind of support are you looking for from within our communities? And have you tried to look for support somewhere before to support you and promote your whatever business you're doing?
Anyone actually can answer. Well, let us start with Augusta.
Things are very slow at the moment. So instead of, people buying to other people and all of that, it's actually good to support your own community. If you know they do certain products and you like to try their products. So it's always good to reach out to them. It's always good to be, to contact them. For example, I do sell fragrances, and it'll be really good for people to come to the shop or shop online and get my product or even try my product, because if you don't try it, you will not even know the quality of it unless you try.
Thank you.
So I would like that kind of support for people to reach out and get the products.
So this question actually is for everybody. The travel lady.
Jordan?
Yeah, I'd really appreciate people to come to me for their travel needs. I know there's big companies out there that people can find their holidays online, but it'd be really helpful, if you just kind of contact me. I can see if I can get you a good deal. Even if you see something you like, come back to me and say, I found this. This is where I'd like to travel. Can you find the same thing for me at a better price? You know, if you know people that want to travel to Africa next year or want to do the big safari or want to travel as a group, just share my details. Yeah, so that'll be useful.
Okay. Next one. Anyone else? Primrose, what do you think? Unmute. Yeah.
Yes, it's just the same thing that has been said by Jadine and Augusta. A client once said to me, you're doing good work. Your service is really good, but we don't know about you in the community. So I figured that perhaps I focus too much on the actual legal services and I'm not doing enough to reach out to people so that people know that I'm actually out there, because there's no point in doing good work and nobody knows that you are actually there. And my heart goes out to people because sometimes they come to me when their cases are messed up. And by then you think, why did you come to me first? And they'll be like, well, we didn't know about you. Somebody just happened to mention you after my case was messed up. So I realized that as a lawyer, apart from just doing the actual legal work, I need to put myself out there so that people can access our service. And so I think the marketing and you just bringing us in touch with the community so that they know that we are actually there and we can actually do good work within the community. They do not need to go outside of the community because we've got people who are suitably qualified and sometimes even better because they feel for you. They're in your shoes or they've walked your journey, so they understand. So, yeah.
I was just going to say another way where we can all support each other is to follow our social media handle, share it with everybody else so that people, that's one way of marketing that doesn't cost us money. So I do that a lot for people. If people are doing events, I will share the events. It might just be one other person. Is that one other person that's known about what you're doing? And together with us is something I always say, because together we can do so much. But if we just say, oh, she's doing what I'm doing, no, we all do it differently. And the sky is enough for the bird to fly. So we can all fly and we can all rise together. So I think social media sharing, that would be a really good way of supporting each other, you know, and advertising each other's business. Follow the social media, share their post. It might not be something of interest to you, but it might be of interest. And yeah, buy our products. ShareClass is doing a discount at the moment. Speak to us. We can help you with any issues that you might have.
And Juliet, what do you think? 1 minute. 1 minute you have.
Thank you so much. You always cut me. That's where our argument starts. So that's my half a minute on already. So I will start off by saying that. So my 1 minute, I would like support in terms of giving awareness to the children that we look after. That is something we rarely do because we're busy supporting other people. So that is the Diversity in Kenyan Communities, the Touch of Our Heart program. So I'd love people to help us also share our links for the kids that we look after, the elderly people that we look after, the persons with disability, and you'll see our wish list in many of those. I've recently put up a website, finally, during this COVID-19. I finally got some time for myself. In terms of the business, I think one of the things that many people don't know, I'm also a trained trainer and teacher by background. I love learning and sharing. Many of you will know that. And I love giving back. If you'd like to find your true sense of purpose, I would love to help you. We provide master classes for that. So if people would like to do that, my telephone number for that is +44 77 423 84052. I love to see women and everyone flourish so that they're able to live their sense of purpose and gratitude in life. A lot of people, especially the barriers that women face, is competing with each other, and that is really sadly in some communities disgraceful. So I'd love to see people discover what they were born to do so that you're able to really truly nurture what you were really able to do. And one of the other gifts that we
1 minute is over.
That's fine, just 10
Yeah.
seconds. One of the other gifts that we really love to promote is the Sustainable Development Goals, especially the one that we're blessed with myself is number 17, which is collaborating. And that is why you see us doing so many things. I love you all. It's been great to see you. I've pushed you to the limit right now. I would love to see that those who are able to create partnership with AI, Joseph and many other people, I try to link everyone together as well. Because I believe by doing that, you're able to have effectiveness, efficiency, and not just effectiveness. Thank you.
Caroline, Mokabo Road Safety. 1 minute.
Yes, well, thank you very much once again. Anyway, I think there was a question I didn't answer, maybe I just touched it in this COVID-19 pandemic. You know, as women, as a Black minority, there's a tendency of us looking down upon ourselves and trying to feel sorry for ourselves because we feel because we are Black, we don't have the opportunities. But actually, for me, my background, I'm a Christian and I'm a pastor. I'm a nurse, I'm a Christian psychologist, counselor. But then in this pandemic, as a nurse, as you can imagine, it was very difficult even to be in the same environment where people are running away from. So I was trying to find myself, asking myself questions. Lord, I've worked as a nurse for all these years, over 20, 22 years now. And really this pandemic has come at a time when you feel you are just preparing your life for retirement. Obviously, I've got Mokabo Road Safety, which started in 2015, but I wanted something that can bring me income immediately because working from home was a challenge for me as a nurse. I can't work from home. I need to be in the environment. So I was talking about, you know, women being assertive and knowing yourself, finding yourself, not feeling sorry. I didn't want to feel sorry for myself as a nurse. So I joined this company. It's called Juice Plus. Now this Juice Plus, it's boosting immunity. Obviously, as you have said, that this pandemic is affecting the BMA. And as you know, they're talking about the immunity and all that. So I thought, when I found these products, this company called Juice Plus, I definitely jumped into it. And they are very good products. If you want to just contact me, I'll explain to you. There are so many purely vegetables and fruits, 100% vegetable and fruit, nothing, no.
Okay, okay, Caroline.
Yes.
This is very good. This is very good. You know, they have to sponsor this program.
Yes.
This is a serious matter, though.
Yeah.
It's very good. It's you see, like a wild remit. Letitia is always out there just saying, well, look, give us some money. That's what we need. Basically,
yeah.
I didn't want to barge in, but if you can actually speak to them nicely, let them give us money, because then we can actually do better things. We can do better things with, yeah. The thing that I'm going to end on, but before I end, I just want to, again to we're going to round up now. We have had all people. You ladies, you are doing amazing job. But one thing that, let me tell you a story about myself. I wrote a business plan and it was rejected 3 times. And just simple things. I overlooked things like marketing. I didn't understand where, because I was running a studio. In the building that I was in, there were other 5 recording studios. Because I did not do my marketing research properly, the manager from the bank told me, do you know that there are other 5 recording studios in the same building that you are in? So what are you offering that is others are not offering? I think what is missing in all businesses, what I hear when people talk about the businesses, we start the businesses, but in our business plan, we always overlook the budget for advertising. We overlook our marketing, our market research, because we believe that I have got this product, is a very nice product, everyone will buy it. That is wrong. We can't think like that. And that's why you see bigger, not bigger companies. Yes. So for example, if I give you an example of Cadbury chocolate, everybody knows Cadbury chocolate in the world, but they still have about 20 million pounds a budget for advertising. So solution, this is where we need actually now to start talking about solutions. So look at what you are doing, you guys here. You are an industry, but how do you get known out there? Who will find you? But mind you, the stuff that you are doing, it's not only for Black people who will buy. No, you might find that the service that you are giving, yeah, it will apply to so many people. Say, for example, the travel lady. I know a travel agency in Germany which takes rich kids to Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the market you need to start looking into. You can look at our markets and say, yeah, well, I want to concentrate on Black people only.
Oh, no,
I know, I will come back to you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So these are the kind of things that, or spaces that you need to look into. That's we need to find solutions. We need to find. We are very poor at networking. That one I can tell you. Okay, go on, Speciosa, please.
You just mentioned that you know a travel company in Germany that helps rich children to travel to Africa.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you connect Jordine so that probably she could do the same thing in the UK?
Well, yes, she can, but this is what we need to be aware of. You know, I spoke to Letitia some time ago. She was talking about customer service. Very, very important. And then there is a presentation. Yeah. When you have a brochure showing where you are taking the people, a physical brochure or a nice packaged images on websites, you see, you have to sell your idea in a different way. Just going on a safari to go to see River Zambezi or the Niagara Falls. Oh, Niagara Falls is somewhere else. It is not enough. You really have to tell the people that these are the benefits when you get there. First of all, there is this, there is a culture, and there is things that you are going to see besides going to the waterfalls. That's the man who actually corrected my business plan. He told me this. You having equipment to record, everyone has got it. Never mind whatever you have. You can have a 10,000 pound guitar. Somebody else has got it there. But what you need to do, explain where your recording studio is, explain the surroundings, talk about the parks, talk about the cafe or cafes when people finish their job. When they're in the break, where do they go to relax? So these are the kind of things we need to be aware of. We need now to have to find somebody who will do PR for us. Mm-hmm. See, like Primrose said, she's a very qualified solicitor. Believe me, she can do all those things. But if you don't have a PR company to sell you, no matter how good you are, somebody shoddy guys, they will go out there and get the jobs because they have got this thing called marketing, yeah, the marketing ideas or what. I'm telling you, right. So with this COVID-19, normally, I'm talking now to the lady of travel business. Have you ever been to World Travel Market?
Yes, I went there. I went there last year. Yes.
Right.
I've been
So what did you see? What did you see?
Well, I saw all of their leaflets. Don't worry, I've got all that.
Yes.
I've got my leaflets. So I work mainly on social media at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got all my marketing done. My website is being built at the moment. So I
Okay.
definitely have not, yeah, I'm definitely working on all the marketing, every area, online and offline.
You see,
So
those are the things,
yeah.
things that you need. So when you look at those brochures, you will see how they have laid them out. You will see the words they use. You will see there is plenty of money in this country. There are people, you know, look, when we are talking about going on holiday, if you go to Zanzibar, Zanzibar looks like a Canary Islands, but nobody. Madagascar is one of the countries that you can go and say. And let me tell you one thing. I will send you a link of a lady who is actually taking people, rich people, to Madagascar, and how they sell it. Believe me, you will not even know that Madagascar is the way you see it. Yeah, but now between ourselves here, we need to learn networking. Now, what I'm committed to do, we need to find a time. I want to have this program every week. At least I have like 2 people on the program, or even two or 3 is enough, because then they can actually have time to explain their businesses. We can showcase it to various people. We shouldn't limit ourselves to our communities. Our communities, good. I love our community, but sometimes there is also a problem of not supporting each other, you know.
Yeah.
There is that element. So, and I know you guys understand what I'm talking about. So within you guys, you've got a solicitor, you've got a woman who is creating watches, man. She's got watches. She's made all these fragrances and stuff like that. Then you have got people who can mobilize together. If we actually put these things together and we say, well, we are here and this is how we need to be seen. And when you go to an industry organization like DTI, you need to be able to attach themselves, because the trade, is it DTI? Yeah, the trade and industry something. Yeah, so we need to be there. We need to showcase ourselves there. I've spoken so much, and I think for now, is there anything anyone wants to add? Because we need to cut this conversation shorter, but we will continue.
I'll say something quick, because obviously I was prepared adequately with few like
Yes.
you know, obviously, as you've seen my products, I've talked about them.
Yeah.
Like I said, these products, they come even in their children's chewables. If you want the children's, they can have those ones. Those of you maybe suffering, I didn't go into details. You are saying marketing. I'm just saying these products. I haven't even gone into detail to explain exactly what they do, but they are very good for people suffering, probably just in a nutshell, diabetics, asthma, allergies, arthritis, name it. There are so many, good benefits of these products that, as I've said, being a nurse in the hospital, I have seen how many people have suffered with all these immunity problems. And they have really done a great work for a lot of people that we really appreciate, that people should take them, because they are really, really helping. A lot of people have come out of medication because of taking these products. There's nothing there, purely vegetable, and no modification. We have the omegas. As you know, the omega, most of us, we know omega coming from fish, but this omega is purely coming from the very algae where the fish go to eat this algae.
Yeah, but can I ask you a question?
Yes, please.
Is this company is it created by a black person somewhere, or an African or somewhere? Because I'm interested. I want to find out. My commitment. I want to see. Well, look, man. I'm not a racist, and I will never be. My wife is English.
Yeah.
But what I'm trying to say here, we should promote the stuff that is actually by we ourselves, because what I have found that so many people, they have come to me with promoting financial services, and you find that they are cheating on people. They tell you If you put in 300 quid in this, you are going to get 1,000. And when you look at the people who are leading these industries, they are from Panama, they are Colombia. I said, listen, man, listen, it's got nothing to do with me. You see, where I am in Africa, now let me tell you one thing. You are talking about the product. I am going to do a program about food and beverages. If I tell you that the food and beverage industry in Africa is worth 317 billion pounds, no, $317 billion. It is projected to reach $1 trillion by 2030. That is the food and beverage in Africa. Now you have to ask yourself, who gets that money? Who is making that money? Exactly. It is not us. But it is good. It is good that all you need to, Caroline, all you need to do, you talk to them nicely. You say, well, look, we've got a program here which is promoting African women in business. We want you to sponsor one of the programs, and we want you to give us $5,000 to promote the program. Oh, yeah. On that note, we must say goodbye, but thank you very much. I know the technology played us big time. Thank you very much, Caroline, Augusta, Primrose, Juliet, Jodine, Speciosa, Letitia. That's good. We need, all I want to hear is your suggestions. Send suggestions. And also encourage your friends to have a conversation on social media, because these videos, I'm going to prepare them nicely so that they look best, you know, as how we can. But next time we are going to use a different platform. And on that note, I must say, ciao. You've been good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks. Bye, everyone.
Bye.